In many parts of the world, aging is treated as a slow retreat from demanding labor. But along the coastal villages of Japan, you'll find women in their 70s and 80s who spend their mornings plunging into freezing ocean waters. Before they dive, these women gather in the Amagoya, a shoreline hut built around an open hearth. It serves as a communal sanctuary where decades of ocean-reading intuition are passed down from veteran divers to younger apprentices over charcoal fires. This matriarchal foraging tradition spans roughly 5,000 years. Long before modern commercial fishing, these women of the sea, the ama, were the primary breadwinners, navigating the tides to harvest the local reefs. Inside the hut, social standing is determined by a diver's sense of the sea. It is an intuitive understanding of currents and biology that eclipses traditional age-based or economic status. The warmth of the hearth provides the core body heat needed to survive the long, draining hours in the freezing water. Without this shared fire, the physical toll of the dive would be unsustainable. Leaving the Amagoya means trading a heavy, smoky heat for biting coastal winds. The physical shock of the freezing air is the first true test of the day. To harvest the seabed, they carry almost nothing. Even today, the core methods have resisted modernization, relying on minimal gear like a simple chisel, a weighted belt, and floating wooden tubs to hold their catch. Once they hit the water, they maintain contact through a high-pitched whistle known as the isobue. Every diver has a distinct pitch, creating an acoustic web that lets the entire sisterhood monitor who is safely breathing on the surface. In the open water, a lone diver is invisible to the shore. By surfacing and whistling, they announce their survival to the group, trading individual solitude for the constant rhythmic monitoring of the sisterhood. As the diver slips beneath the chop, the roaring wind instantly cuts out, replaced by heavy, muted, freezing silence. Icy water hitting her face triggers the trigeminal nerve, initiating the mammalian dive refrense. Her heart rate drops to 40 beats per minute, conserving oxygen. Simultaneously, blood vessels constrict, rerouting oxygen-rich blood from extremities directly to the heart and brain. As the body adapts, the mind must follow. The diver suppresses the panic of the breath hold and consciously relaxes into the increasing pressure. The reason an 80-year-old woman can continue to do this work isn't because she overpowers the ocean. She survives through total physiological and psychological submission to it. Down on the seabed, the clock is ticking. This is the 50-second battle. She has less than a minute in near darkness to scan the rocks, identify her target, and pry it loose. You might wonder why they don't use scuba tanks. The ama categorically reject them. By relying solely on a single breath, human physical limitations act as a hard boundary, preventing them from over-extracting the reef. She expertly wedges a steel chisel under the shell of a valuable abalone, applying precise leverage to break its suction before her air runs out. The limit of human lung capacity serves as a built-in safeguard, ensuring the marine ecosystem has the time and space to replenish itself. When she finally breaches the surface, the freezing silence is broken again by the sharp tone of the isobue whistle. That whistle serves a mechanical purpose. By exhaling through pursed lips, the diver can slowly purge carbon dioxide while maintaining steady pressure in her chest. This prevents the rapid pressure drops in the lungs that cause shallow water blackouts. Yet, while their bodies have adapted perfectly to the sea, their culture is facing a devastating collapse. In the 1950s, there were roughly 20,000 active ama divers. Today, that number has plummeted to fewer than 2,000. They have spent millennia mastering the lethal, immediate pressures of the deep ocean, but they are currently defenseless against the slow, creeping pressures of modern urbanization and a declining national birth rate. This Venn diagram models local ecological knowledge, or LEK. It illustrates how daily observations and experiences compound into a rigorous scientific database. Today, researchers rely on the ama as active practitioners who hold generations of this data. Look at this documentation tracking the timeline of seaweed loss in Haidora Bay. Through their daily, multi-generational observations of the seabed, the ama are helping modern scientists track exactly how climate change drives isoyake, a destructive process of ocean desertification. In an era defined by our attempts to engineer and dominate the changing climate, our best hope for survival might come from listening to a sisterhood that spent 5,000 years perfecting the art of surrendering to it.